G'day, this is a little video on the way that we wean our calves. We use a little device called an easy wean. It's a plastic orange spiky nose ring. Watch the video, you'll hear about how we use it. We've been using it for 10 or 12 years now. Works a treat every year. We just used it over the last couple of weeks and we put this little video together so you can see how we use it, potentially use it yourself. Easy wean nose rings for weaning your cattle.
What are you doing, Jim?
Hey Charlie, we're just taking some weaning rings out of these calves today.
When'd you put them in?
They've been in for a week. So the calves stayed on their mothers during that week. Automatic, that one. And so now today we're going to split the calves from the cows and they'll go their separate ways.
Pretty simple. Here's the nose ring, plastic, little spike. So when it sits on the nose, that goes into their nostrils. Doesn't hurt at all. Doesn't pierce it at all. Just slips over that bit of sinew between the two nostrils into the nose. Tighten it with that wing nut there. It stays in there for a week. Undo the wing nut. Takes it out. Very clean. No pain at all. The spike's there obviously, so when it sits on the nose of the animal, it goes for a drink. It's going to spike. It's not sharp at all. It's uncomfortable for the cow. Doesn't want the calf to drink. He can't get a drink. He gives up after a couple of days. They still get the bond and hang out together, and it's a really simple way to do it. It's fantastic. Okay, nose rings are out of these little chaps behind me. The mothers have gone about 2 kilometres away. They left the yard an hour or so ago. They're going to go out to their old paddock and stay there for a while. These chappies look very happy. I've just been lying down here for 15 minutes, just acquainting myself with them. They've got a new chapter of their lives about to happen. Well, it's just started already today. Those nose rings are out. They're now weaned. They look pretty chilled. We'll move them about 500 metres up the road, you can't quite see it there, to a paddock with about 100 other trade heifers we bought a couple of weeks ago. These guys have now unofficially become their own mob, and what I'm really pleased about is the fact that they are sitting here. They're quiet. There's the odd moo. They'll moo a bit more once we get moving them up the road into their new paddock. But the news is good, that I think it's a really humane way to do it. What we're not doing, and what we used to do, is a number of different ways you can wean cattle. For those that don't know, you can yard wean, which basically means leave them in the yards like they are now. They'd be sitting here. We would have brought them into the yards this morning with their mothers. We would have drafted them off, done their weighing, whatever we need to do them, left them in the yards and fed them in here for a week. Their mothers would have either stayed just over the fence so they can see them, but they're not mingling with them for a week or so. It can be quite stressful because the mothers are trying to get over the fence and hopefully don't injure themselves and that sort of thing. The other way is that you yard wean, these calves stay in the yards, and then the mothers would be taken a fair way away so they can't see them. That can often end in tears because the mothers will just jump over the fences to try and get back. Stressful for both parties because they can't see each other, and it's a very short and sharp, weaning. All of a sudden mum's not there anymore. And the other way you can do it is paddock weaning, where you have calves on one side of the fence and cows on the other side of the fence. Want to make sure that's a very good fence, and they can still see each other and hang out a little bit, but they're not drinking and not socialising. It can be quite stressful because the calves can hang on the fence and not near water for a long time, and not cool. This way, nose rings in, up from 4 days to a week, get to mingle with their mums, not drink milk, but still hang out. It's a stage weaning. These guys are pretty happy. Well, we've been doing this for 10, 12 years now. It's been amazing every time. Their weight, it's great because their weight, I don't know how much weight they lose. I think there's some science around and some studies done using these rings, and they don't lose any weight. I know when you do yard weaning and paddock weaning, that sort of stuff, they can lose 15 kilos or more. You've then got to make that up. So if you can make it that they don't lose any weight at all, or actually continue to put on weight during this weaning process that week, that's huge. So we're really pleased with the way it always works out. We'll be moving these up there shortly. We'll see how they go. Just moving nice and quietly. Staying in front. Here they go. Just going to find their way in there. I'd head out that way a bit, Brock. Brock's just going to sit in front of them, just so they ease into the paddock and no piss bolt. There you
go, freshly weaned.
How we go, Jim?
We went well, Charlie.
What do you reckon, Brock?
Pretty good day. Good stuff.
What do you reckon, Clive?
Time for dinner.
It's been a good day.